Welcome. In this video, we'll walk you through how to add additional slides that are appropriate to your outline, which you'll see here on the right. And a link to the outline is found within the directions of the activity. For each of these Roman numerals, so 1, 2, 3, I'm going to include a slide. So I know I need roughly about 5 slides, but they're all going to be a little bit different. To start with, I notice that I only have 2 topics I'm covering, so I'm going to find a slide that works the best. To add a slide, I click on the title slide, right click with my mouse, and then I scroll down to New Slide, which you could be Control plus N for a shortcut. You also can click Insert, click New Slide, and alas, you have a new slide. Right click again to change the layout. I'm going to click title and body because that is going to give me a title and then body text, which I'll need for this slide. Then I'm going to type in welcome and introductions. You'll notice that it's aligned to the left. I'm going to change that in just a second once I finally type this correctly by highlighting welcome and introductions, format, align and indent, then center. Notice how that goes to the center. If I had clicked align and indent to the right, it's going to go to the right. We started with left aligned. So we're doing center. I'd also like to increase the size. So in order to do that, I need to have my full screen. I'm going to click maybe 30. Maybe I'm going to bold it, maybe a little bit bigger. So it's a little bit easier to read. You'll notice that starts coming down to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is click on the body text right here. And by having these 2 arrows up and down, I'm going to scroll down. And then I can scroll down a little bit right here too and give that a little bit more room. So I'm going to add the A and B. In order to have the A and B that you saw previously, I will click on Format, Bullets and Numbering, Numbered List, and then you walk right down here to where there's an A and B. Click on the A and B, you'll see A there. So I'm going to add in Welcome to Hiring Fair. And then Introductions. Since I don't really need to write introductions for each company representative, I'm just going to write introductions and then I'm going to highlight both of those. Once again, I'm going to maximize the dialog box here by making it bigger, and then maybe 30 would be appropriate here. I also notice that A and B are over to the left here. So to move them a little bit further, I click on these arrows here. If I don't like that, I can do Control Z on my PC. You can change the font style right here, font size. You can bold, italicize, underline, change the color background or highlight right there. So you've got a couple different options. I'm going to pick Y Connex because there's 4 different things here and I want to talk about the graph that we'll later be using. So knowing that we have a graph and I have an extra slide right here already, I'm going to right click. And I'm going to find one that could allow a graph to come in. You could do a blank one, maybe a title with 2 columns or 1 column text. So I'm going to add 1 column text. I'm going to add the text to the left and then the graph to the right. The text is going to go right here, Y Connex. And then once again, A, B, and C. So bullets and numbering. I'm going to write company values, perks, and public transportation. So you notice how I'm making this a little bit shorter. Pleasant setting. How do we liven this up? Perhaps we say just setting. And public transportation also includes carpooling. So we'll add that in. Maybe the bigger point is priority parking. Noticing that this is very small text, we're going to open this up. We're going to make it a little bit bigger so that we can see it. You notice it goes too big there. So we have a couple options here. We can make it smaller. We can also increase the size by clicking on one of the corners and pulling it out. You notice here that I spelled something wrong, so I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to make the title center aligned. Once again, I go to Format, Alignment, Center, and then I'm going to bold it, make it a little bit bigger. And later on, we'll add a graph right here to the right. So you've got the general gist of what's included